Hello and welcome to Insanity's Guide to 25-Man Heroic Norushen. This is the third boss in Siege of Orgrimmar. For this encounter, we'll want 2 to 3 tanks, 5 to 7 healers, and an assortment of both ranged and melee DPS. While this encounter is called Norushen, we don't actually fight Norushen. We fight the Amalgamation of Corruption. This encounter has 2 realms, what we like to call upstairs, where a vast majority of the fight takes place, and a downstairs, where you go to become cleansed. All members of the raid start the fight at 75 out of 100% corruption. Corruption causes you to do less damage to the boss. With a very tight rage timer, you must cleanse or purify the majority of your DPS to beat it. Players can remove their corruption by completing their class-specific tests downstairs. Becoming purified allows players to deal full, unreduced damage to the Amalgamation of Corruption. It allows tanks to take reduced damage, and allows healers to do increased healing. We're going to go over the DPS test. Click on the yellow orb to go downstairs. Same as normal mode. I do like that they added a lot more orbs for Heroic. The exact number of small adds depends on how much corruption the player has. If you have 75% corruption, there will be 1 large add and 3 small adds. If you have 100% corruption, you will have 1 large add and 4 small adds. I try to make it a point to soak a black orb before I go down. Kill the adds, make sure you get behind their shields, and head back out. Remember that every add you kill downstairs then transfers to upstairs. As a ranged DPS, it is helpful to make macros to target both the manifestation of corruption and the essences of corruption. All damage done to the adds is transferred to the boss, and if you aren't cleansed, it's very important to note that you will always do 100% damage to the adds, while you would only do 75% to the amalgamation, if you have not yet been cleansed. As a ranged DPS, your job is add control, so keep it clean. Also, it's important to note that the essences, the small adds, cast Expel Corruption, which is a projectile shot at the boss. A player can stand in the way, which causes a large amount of shadow damage. Or you can interrupt it. Interrupt on cooldown. Each projectile that makes contact with the amalgamation buffs the boss with Fusion, which increases the boss's damage done by 5% per stack for 15 seconds. The large adds, Manifestations of Corruption, which need to be picked up by a tank, cast Burst of Anger, which is a raid-wide pulse of shadow damage. When killed, they leave behind Residual Corruption, a purple orb that must be soaked, or it will deal a high amount of raid-wide damage every few seconds. Each orb you stand in grants you 25% corruption. As far as cleansing corruption, it's simply not possible to cleanse everyone. We send in our highest melee first, then our highest range. We actually found the use of the BLT Norushen add-on to be extremely helpful. As you can see in my chat frame, it tells people when they need to go down. For this encounter, you may want to mark the area in a triangle pattern with raid markers. Use this to call it a safe location to stack on while avoiding Blind Hatred, the big black laser beam that travels either clockwise or counterclockwise. The skull at the end of the beam points the direction towards the beam is heading. Under 50%, we stop sending our players in because every 10% a manifestation is summoned, and we don't want to deal with 2 large adds and their 2 residual corruptions at the same time. We suggest popping heroism around 40 to 50% once all your players are out of the downstairs realm. At 10%, if you're tight on time, you can have your tank pick up the manifestation that's summoned and keep DPS on the boss. Quick recap. Stay tightly stacked to maximize heals. Go downstairs exactly when you're told to. DPS must keep control of the adds or you will become overrun. Tanks, pick up the large adds. The orb they leave behind must be soaked. Interrupt small adds. Avoid Blind Hatred. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you at all, please make sure you toss it a like. We really appreciate it, and it encourages us to put out more guides. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Please check out our other guides posted for Siege of Orgrimmar, and we'll see you around.